Welcome to Echo Productions. I'm your host, Silas Willoughby, and today we are taking a look at 5 ridiculously cheap things that you need in your camera bag that you're probably not keeping in them. Now, I know some of these things are a little bit random, but I use them all on almost every shoot. So let's get going. First up is a notebook and a pen. This is a small item that you can fit in a side pocket on almost any camera bag, and it only costs about $2. I love having this in my bag because it's really useful when on a shoot, whether photography or video. I use it to make notes about shots after I take them. I note whether the shot was good or bad, whether it was overexposed or underexposed, whether there was a problem with the sound, and so forth. This saves you a ton of time when editing because you don't have to go through all your footage to find the shots you want because you already have it all written down with notes about each shot. Next up is a baseball cap. This is probably the most useful of all the things we are covering today. You can use it for all kinds of things. When you're on a run and gun shoot, you often don't have a lens hood with you, or you might even be shooting on a vintage lens that you can't get a lens hood for. But this is easily curable by simply holding your baseball cap on the side of your lens like this. It works really well and takes almost no time to set up. When you're shooting out in the sun, it's often very difficult to see your LCD screen because of the sun's glare. And since you don't want to be doing this or this to be able to see what's going on, you need something to block the sun. When you don't have time, or just don't bother setting up a courtesy flag, you can just use the hat as a small flag to block the light. Or you could even just wear it and get a little bit closer to the monitor. This will block all that ugly glare and allow you to see what's going on. And the final use for this is as a small fan. Of course, you could use it to fan yourself when you're hot, but I'm talking about using this when you're shooting photos. If you fan your subject lightly so that their hair moves around a little bit, it adds a ton of life to your shot. It makes it feel a lot more interesting. Moving on again, we have a variable ND filter. I know most of you know what an ND filter is, so I'm not going to explain that right now. But having a variable one allows you to leave it on your lens at all times, because it goes all the way clear so you can go inside and shoot with it on without it making your image darker. An ND filter allows you to keep a shallow depth of field outdoors. This also helps protect your lens from getting broken. These can be bought for about $30 on Amazon and save you a ton of time since you're not stacking ND filters when outside and stripping them down again if you want to move back indoors. Our next two are dirt cheap. The first one literally costs only 25 cents, a quarter. This one is more for filmmakers than photographers, but you will still use it occasionally as a photographer. You don't normally want to carry around a flathead screwdriver with you everywhere in your bag just for getting your camera on and off different rigs. And this is where the quarter comes in. It's great for unscrewing those quarter 20 bolts that they put on almost every rig ever. Now, I know that the ideal option for this would just be have quick release plates. But if you're watching this video, then you probably don't have any simply because they're expensive. But that's why I bring a quarter with me everywhere when I'm shooting. It saves me a lot of time, while taking up very little space in my camera bag. And finally, our last thing for today is a lens cleaning cloth. It surprises me how many people don't keep these in their bags, especially when you can get them for free at almost any glasses store, or you can buy a pack of 10 on Amazon for like $8. I bring these with me everywhere because they're great for cleaning your lens or LCD screen from fingerprints and whatnot. These are great because instead of using your shirt that will scratch your lens and still leave a bunch of smudges that look terrible on video, it cleans your lens without scratching it at all. So seriously, these things are free. If you don't have at least one of these in your bag, then you really need to rethink your life. But that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We make new filmmaking and photography tutorials every Monday.